Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well, hope you've had a good week. We start the weekend here at Pyreegue Devco's wonderful East Midlands Airport, Nottingham East Midlands, EGNX for the ICAO code. And we're off to the new RD presets Salzburg, released today, about an hour ago, for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we're off to towards the mountains to chase the snowy peaks of the Alps, I think it is. And I believe as well it's the home of Red Bull, so we're going to be checking that out for the very first time live today. Welcome to all of you in the live chat. If you're new to the channel, hit like and subscribe, and all of the scenery that we see here today, including this beautiful Pyreegue Devco EGNX, which is highly recommended. It's all linked in the description down below. Ian, good evening to you. Dursey2, afternoon. MPS Gaming, welcome. Hope you're well. Badger, good afternoon. Grant, Canadian Flight Simmer, Carlito, and Scott, welcome guys, and everyone else. Aussie Sim Geek, welcome to you in West Australia. Great to see lots of you tuning in from all the corners of the globe, as always. Boarding's in progress, and we're here in the PMDG 737-800 in MSFS, using this custom GSX profile to get the punters loaded up for our flight today. Cruise of flight level 370. We're going to take lots of screenshots throughout the journey as well, of course. And we've got the Luke Air tool, that great little freeware tool that allows us to give us the cabin safety demonstration and that sort of thing for various airlines. We've got one for Jet2 as well, using this awesome little Jet2 Holidays paint scheme today. Peter, David, good afternoon guys. So Cross the Land is underway today. We're not taking part in it. We're thick in this little pocket of weather here actually at the minute in around Nottingham. But if we have a little look further down here, we've got Cross the Land westbound well underway. Lots of aircraft taking part in that mega event. But Europe looks pretty busy. There's a huge amount of weather around Europe as well, stretching across central France over the Alps. But our routing today is going to take us away from that to the north, as you can see on Volanta, hopefully, this magenta line. So down to Daventry and then eastbound across Cambridge, north of Ipswich, crossing the North Sea, and then over Rotterdam. Remind me to say hello to Joep if he's online there. And then into German airspace. We've got a little bit of ATC online over Frankfurt, and then as we reach, let's see, there's Beirut. As we reach Iraq and Lom and New Kirchen, we'll be heading southbound towards Austrian airspace, arriving into Salzburg for a straight-in approach. Very scenic approach as well. We were hoping for the circling approach today, runway 33, but the weather certainly doesn't look like it's good enough for that. We use the METAR command in the live chat so you guys can see what the weather's doing. We'll pull the latest METAR. Mitchell, awesome. Did you do that on New Sky for Osprey Airways? If so, you're one of the few that have done the ultra long haul tour flight. Doc, welcome to you. Right, that's looking pretty busy, isn't it? We've done the catering and all the rest of it. We'll keep loading the punters on halfway through the boarding process. Take a couple of screenshots. And then we'll dive into the flight deck for the first time. There we go. So a lot of the pre-flight's already done because we were aiming to push in about 15 minutes. So we need to get our clearance, and we'll go through our departures and all the rest of it as well. So as you can see, with our current weight of 66,364 kilograms, Rab, welcome. We're going to be taking off runway 27 with a slight tailwind for the conditions today, therefore using Toga flap 5. Although it gives us a cell temp of 51 there anyway. And then we're going to be departing. Bring the charts up. On runway 27, 4 knot tailwind, 3 knot crosswind, out towards Daventry. So initially 1 mile from the runway heading, and then breaking off immediately, almost 223 degrees to 6.5 DME, and then turning at 7 DME to intercept the inbound course of 158 to the Daventry VOR, climbing through this departure to flight level 90. Warning of no turns below 810 feet, and the average track mileage from takeoff is 45 nautical miles. Transition altitude 6,000 feet. And we've got the routing in text at the very bottom of the charts there, the Navigraph charts for us to have a little look at if we so wish. As you can see there on the left hand side of your screen, Salzburg, runway 15 has got a 14 knot headwind and a 3 knot crosswind, which is why we're kind of looking at that instead. And a divert option today of München or Munich. Our fuel pump on. Let's have a quick dive into here, just show you guys what we've got so far. There's our performance page complete. And our M1 limit page. So we want that cell temp of 51, don't we? Let's pop that in. Yoink. So that's deleted me takeoff speeds. We're going to go takeoff 26k on Toga, climb profile 2 to smooth it out, and then flap 5. Winds 140 at 4, currently dry. And we've got our acceleration altitude set for NADP1, so 1,500, and then accelerating at that point. Thrust reduction at 3,000 feet. Where is it? POS route. Channel 4 Uniform Tango is our call sign. And we've got the Daventry 3 November departure popped into the FMS for runway 27. Let's tune to the local frequency. We've got ground online. Big thanks to our ATC for today as well, providing us with some air traffic control. In fact, we've got approach on as well, 126, 180. Epic.
Jet 5 Charlie X-ray, 16, request push and start.
Jet 5 Charlie X-ray.
Aaron, no worries, buddy.
16,
Always join the end of the queue. There's a fair few flying today. We might have London Sea Centre on as well, I'm not sure. Right, ATIS. We've got information Foxtrot. So what have we got? ATIS. Oh, my pen's just broke. That's a great... Oh, I need to write stuff down. Get the backup pen quick. There we go. Info Fox. And QNH 983. We're expecting that 27 Daventry 3 November. Let's call up, get our clearance.
East Midlands, ground.
He says.
Osprey,
In a minute.
Type Airbus A320 with Echo, with stand 6. Looking to pick up my Alpha clearance to Salzburg.
Osprey 569 East Midlands ground. Hello, Euclid Salzburg. It's the Daventry 3 November departure. Runway 27, squawk 6461. The QNH 983 hectopascals.
983, 983. FCP set, by the way, folks. 9,000 for the initial climb. Runway heading at 268, but then the break off of 223 after takeoff there as well.
Osprey 596, feedback correct.
East Midlands ground, good afternoon. Channel 4 Uniform Tango Boeing 737-800 gate will stand 45 with Foxtrot QNH 983 hectopascals. Request clearance to Salzburg, please.
Channel 4 Uniform Tango East Midlands ground. Very good morning. Euclid Salzburg. It's the Daventry 3 November departure. Runway 27 squawk 7206.
Euclid Salzburg, runway 27 Daventry 3 November departure. Squawk 7206, Channel 4 Uniform Tango.
Channel 4 Uniform Tango, is that correct?
Yeah. Right. 7206.
Operator 472 is ready for push and start, and aware that the TUI next to us is pushing back.
7206. That's 7206. Matches. Good. 393 is the East Midlands, well, one of the East Midlands NDBs. East Midlands East, I think that is. Or East Midlands West. 121905 is set in the box.
Roger, you can taxi Romeo Alpha, hold short of Victor.
Just pause the music for now, just to listen to all the ATC and stuff. And we've got our next frequency set as well, which is going to be approach 126180. The ILS for the runway. In fact, let me just double check that. 10935. Yep, good. So the lock DME 10935 is set in the ILS, and what that does, it gives us a little DME. So at 1 DME, we now need, providing we're above 810 feet, which is only 500 foot above ground level, we can then start that turned 223 degrees. As you can see, that magenta line following off there on the nav display, like so. We can flick that to the VOR as well if we want, or the ADF, so that can now track 393, which is East Midlands West NDB. So that's all good. Cruise 370. All the performance stuff's done as are our route data pages. Perf, M1, and takeoff. Speeds 146, 156, adding the 10, and runway heading is set. APU's looking good. And we've got 0 in the centre tanks, so those two at the top can stay off. 1, 2, 3 and 4 can go on. Make sure the yaw damper's on. Quick check of the rest of the overhead panel. I'm going to pop the probe heats on as well, and GSX prepare for pushback. We're going to do cross bleed start. We'll leave the packs off now as well because we're about to push back. Jolly good.
And Ascot 2205, stand 12 and check.
Ascot 22.
Oh, Aaron, interesting. Well, if you've already got one, there's probably the argument there of you don't necessarily need to buy a second version of Salzburg Airport, but hopefully today might be able to give you some assistance with deciding.
5 Charlie X-ray, request taxi.
Jet 5 Charlie X-ray, Roger, you can taxi Honeyport Alpha 1.
Auto brake RTO,
Quebec and
that's
Alpha.
all down, flaps up, the levers all agree.
Quebec and Alpha, Jet 5 Charlie X-ray.
Anti-col on, custom pushback for today. It's a bit of a weird one.
32472.
So you have to come out, I think it gives us a dog leg all the way across. So kind of like a bit of a skew, covering stand 44 and then nose forwards. But we're in this on our own.
Left and push back and approve facing east.
A couple of statics at this airport. I can't remember if we have to take them off or not. If there's a way to get rid of them.
Alpha 1 1027 via Alpha.
What about Alpha 1 via Alpha 27 Charlie X-ray, 4 Papa X-ray?
That's all good, that's all good. What's our push time? It's 13:20. Okay, good. Well, we're in time, let's do it. Straight push back, standard.
Sonic 34 Papa X-ray, you can contact East Midlands radar now 126.180. Enjoy your flight, bye-bye.
Couple of options there.
Radar 126180, Charlie X-ray, 4 Papa X-ray, thanks, bye.
Ground, Janix 4 Uniform Tango stand 45, request push start.
Shanix 4 Uniform Tango, Roger, stand by for a couple of minutes.
We'll go our position 4 Uniform Tango.
Osprey 598, request taxi.
Osprey 598, Roger, taxi Delta, hold
One
short.
of those ones, right? One of the aviation colours hangers.
Taxi,
Airborne colours, one of those.
Delta, Osprey 598.
DHL on strike for 3 weeks. Oof. Ryan, very nice. I'm flying from your home airport. Exciting. I remember flying here, I think once as a kid growing up, many, many years ago, back in the days of Air 2000. I think it was an Air 2000 flight we took, actually. Dan, welcome. Outside camera to pan round. This one, that's just end. I press the end button and it's the normal.
5 Charlie X-ray, you can contact East Midlands radar now 126.
Normal kind of button.
Flight, bye-bye.
East Midlands radar 126, Jet 5 Charlie X-ray, have a good weekend, bye-bye.
Usually I'll use the drone camera, which is the insert key for me, and then I can do the smoother stuff, the kind of more cinematic type movements. 3 weeks.
And Osprey 598, you can continue taxi now, Honeyport Alpha 1, runway 27 via Delta, Victor and Alpha.
Osprey 598, continue taxi to
Clear that.
Alpha 1, yeah.
So yeah, anti-collision lights are on, lights and signs. We just wait now for push clearance. We've been told to stand by, so we just wait. The controller knows we're here. Those of you not familiar with VATSIM, he knows we're here, he knows what we're doing, and we've just got to wait patiently for it. As Ayomi was asked, well, you just deleted that comment actually. Just asking about the difference between Honeycomb and Collins. I think there's a couple of actual functionality differences, but I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. But all of the dials are very different. They're designed to look and feel incredibly different on the other one. I get them both mixed up, to be honest. I think this one's the Collins, isn't it?
6.180. Thank you for service. Have a nice day. Bye.
X4 Uniform Tango, thanks for your patience. Stand 45, push and start approved.
Push start approved, Jet 4 Uniform Tango. So we'll just do a standard push.
Up for stand 20, ready for push and start.
Easy 27 Alpha, Roger, confirm you require push.
Bar brakes off and engine starts.
We're at stand 20.
Lead.
Easy
Backs off.
27 Alpha,
Isolation valve.
Roger,
And ground.
stand by, I'll call you back.
Stand by.
So, N2, second stage compressor's going to fire up first through 20% and add the fuel. Haven't changed any settings, Andrew, no. I tend not to tinker too much. That stop line there, I assume, might be where we're going to get pushed to. Actually, that might make sense. It's a custom GSX profile that we've got for East Midlands.
East Midlands ground, Osprey 2472 is ready for taxi.
Yeah.
Osprey 2472, Roger, you can make the left.
Wait for the switch.
Quebec, taxi down Alpha, hold Alpha 1.
Engine 1, mission mode ground. We'll pop 2 on continuous. Gen 2 bus online. Cross bleed or dual bleed. And then 2 monitor.
Osprey 569, Roger, I'll call
Bar
you
brake
back.
set.
Cool, thank you.
Through 20. Add the fuel.
East Midlands ground, November 700 Sierra Bravo, radio check.
Station calling East Midlands low, leadability 5, brake. Easy 27 Alpha, East Midlands ground.
Go ahead, 27 Alpha.
Easy 27 Alpha, when you push back, which way will you push?
Can I push facing east, 27 Alpha?
Easy 27 Alpha, Roger, does that involve you going forwards?
Looking good. Right.
It's hard, sorry, it's
So,
hard to know from my
flaps.
theory, to be honest with you, 27 Alpha.
Easy 27 Alpha, I think
5.
that goes-
Trim
you should just be able to
557.
taxi out,
Other way.
Okay, so can we just sort of taxi forward then?
Yes, Easy 27 Alpha, engine starts approved, call me ready for taxi.
It's going to give us the ground pin in a second.
27 Alpha, and we'll call you.
Brand Oscar 205, cross taxi.
Scott 2205, you can taxi on Alpha 127 by Charlie, Quebec and Alpha.
Trying to get my drone camera zoom settings set back up again.
Alpha 1 by Charlie, Quebec and Alpha.
On for the departure on 27. Should be about there, I reckon. So trim set, flaps set, and 5 and green. All the brakes RTO. There's the flag. Engine 1, ignition continuous. Gen 2, if you bleed off.
Just confirm the squawk set 7501.
Standby, but why not change?
If you off.
Ground, Tom Jet2 Charlie, gates will stand 11, ready for push.
Isolation valve automatic, packs automatic, research fans automatic, that's all good. Pressure panel is set and checked.
2206, just check. Is it 2206, Tom Jet2 Charlie?
Fully right,
Charlie,
fully left. All the way back on the stick for the control checks now.
Osprey 596.
Forwards, left on the rudder, back to neutral, and right on the rudder, back to neutral.
Osprey 569, sorry, yes. Are you able to push and start face north?
Clear the bottom screen and recall
I was aiming
checked.
to push back facing north on.
Get me taxi charts ready.
That's possible.
It will be on the Romeo.
Controller's very busy. So we're going to come out in November, right Alpha, hold Alpha 1 most likely.
I do apologise on review, Pushback and starting. All space by 6.
It's fine. Break connection 05 Lima, you calling for push and start.
Hey, Tom.
Neptune 05 Lima, Roger, stand 125, push and
Ah,
start.
yo, you've finished. Bugger.
Push start, please. Neptune 05 Lima.
Genix 4 Uniform Tango, request taxi.
2206.
Ah!
2 stations, 1 to 2, Tom's at 2, Mike Charlie, stand 1-1, just hold position for now, I'll call you back.
Every time. Oh no.
The other stations.
Genix 4 Uniform Tango for taxi, please.
Shanix 4 Uniform Tango, Roger, you can taxi on up an Alpha 1027 via Alpha.
Alpha 127 via Alpha, Genix 4 Uniform Tango. Little bit of power.
Ground 27 Alpha, we're ready for taxi.
Easy 27 Alpha, Roger, you can taxi on at Alpha
And
1
the Genix safety demonstration.
Romeo and Alpha.
Welcome on board, and thanks for flying
Jesus,
Jet2.com and
Thank you,
Jet2
Alpha,
Holidays.
runway 27
We're
via
really
Romeo
ready for
and Alpha
takeoff,
27 Alpha.
but first, please make sure your mobile
Ryan,
phones,
not,
tablets,
unfortunately, no.
and other electronic devices
I have
are
a
in
roast
flight
to
mode,
cook.
fully switched off, and safely put away in
Shanix
your
4
hand
Uniform
luggage.
Tango, slight
This is
amendment
because
to
you're
the
not
Alpha,
allowed to
hold
use
short
them
for
until
Romeo.
after takeoff. When the seatbelt signs are switched off,
Alpha, hold short Romeo, Genix 4 Uniform
in
Tango.
flight mode, as you cannot send texts, make calls, or access the internet while you're on board. If your device becomes
Osprey
damaged or hot,
247, you can contact East Mid Radar now 126.187.
This is one of the finest sceneries in the UK at the moment. Fletcher, welcome.
For your safety, please follow all instructions and cabin safety signage. We'd also just like to tell you
Fletcher,
about
so some of these aircraft just aren't designed to do that skip journey stuff. That's the kind of thing that you would expect on a default aircraft, basically. But because it's a high complex aircraft, it might not have been coded to do that very well.
Remember that you can only drink alcohol if it's served by our
Requested cruise level.
If you bought alcohol in the terminal,
Let me turn that down because
you
it's
cannot drink
chuffing
on
loud.
board. We want all our customers to enjoy
Clear
being
left.
on board together. Please now make sure any hand
November
luggage is safely
730
put
Sierra
away.
Bravo, Roger, that is nowhere in your flight.
There's the big
plan.
chimneys in the background.
If you could just
Remember the
update that, I'll call
tailwind
you back.
takeoff.
Scott 2205, contact East Midlands radar now 126.180.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Fletcher. I think
If there's radar on 126.180,
if you're using skip journey, it makes it quite tough for the add-ons usually.
4 Uniform Tango, continue taxi now, holding point Alpha 1127 via Alpha.
Continue taxi hold point Alpha 127 via Alpha, Genix 4 Uniform Tango. But out of curiosity, is it just because you can't be bothered to do the taxi, Fletcher, or
ready for taxi.
what is it that makes you want to skip this kind of part of the flight?
Let's see.
It's a good way of kind of getting all the different flows of the aircraft in your head,
Quebec.
I find. All the different phases.
Taxi Juliet Alpha, I'm all short Quebec, Neptune 05.
Little bit of power. Keep her rolling. And it would have been a great screenshot if it wasn't for GSX.
Tom Jet2 Mike Charlie, confirming we're cleared to push.
Tom Jet 2 Mike
Look at
Charlie,
that.
Negative, I'll call you back.
Stunning.
Easy 27 Alpha, contact East Midlands radar now 127.
Oh yeah, we're gently accelerating, Litos.
Bye-bye.
126.180, many thanks for ATC, T Alpha, bye.
JW5, we've got one. We've got one American tail number. It's on the 737-600. But because it's effectively a British registered virtual airline, if you like, we haven't really bothered because it would require us to create 6 or 7 or 8 different liveries for different for each aircraft, so that they will have different registrations, and it gets quite convoluted. Ashton, good afternoon. Andrew, welcome. One on the threshold, waiting to depart. One at the hold point and the EasyJet behind. That's all good, that's all set. Andy, I think, yeah, I do. my Boeing yoke. But again, to be honest, it's been so long since I last set it, I can't quite remember. There's the water fairies. The Salzburg in itself is quite a unique airport. It's positioned a little bit like Innsbruck in a valley, and it's surrounded by terrain. There is a circling approach as well. I've done a tutorial a long time ago actually for that. We've done one into Salzburg, so weather permitting you can do a circle to land and it's quite good. Andrew, yeah, so I'm not attending FS Flight Sim Expo 2024 anymore. I've now cancelled my tickets. I've lost a little bit of money for seat reservation fees. But there's just too much uncertainty, and I know these things take a while. He goes, ooh, rainbows. I know these contracts and things can take a while to draw up and get agreed and signed and things, but for me, it's too much of a last minute announcement of closure by Hilton, who own Tropicana. I know Tropicana has been known to be a bit of a dump anyway. The hotel itself, quite neglected. But I was incredibly excited to go.
Neptune 05 Lima, continue taxi to Element Alpha 1, 127 by Alpha.
Alpha hold Alpha 1 for 27.
Yeah, it's too late notice for me to go to that now, unfortunately. My work, certainly to try and get annual leave certain periods of the year, my work require at least 5-6 months notice, and I haven't got any more annual leave left for the year, which resets for me in April.
November 700 Sierra Bravo, what's your cleared Keflavik? It's the Trent to November departure, runway 27, squawk 27.
I'm going to put TARA and on now. I'll keep traffic off on the nav display. Can't talk about my job, 320 sim pilot.
November 7 Sierra Bravo, what's your clear back?
Andrew, yeah, Salzburg's a fantastic airport. Home of Red Bull, I think, isn't it, where their DC-3 and things are based. I think that was me.
Shanix 4 Uniform Tango East Midlands ground.
It was at the handoff. I've just missed 4 Uniform Tango.
Shanix 4 Uniform Tango East and contact East Midlands radar now 126.180. Enjoy your flight. Bye bye.
Thanks, my bad. Contact radar 126.180. Channel 4 Uniform Tango. Thanks to the ATC. Good day.
Osprey 569, say if you contact East Midlands radar now 126.180. Bye bye.
126.180, thanks for us, ladies.
East Midlands radar, good afternoon. Channel 4 Uniform Tango's number 2 in sequence, Alpha 1.
Channel 4 Uniform Tango, good afternoon. East Midlands radar, roger.
(127.105) might be next. Make sure I'm steering. And that'll do. Just hold it on the brakes at the minute.
Ascot 2205, surface wind is 130 degrees at 5 knots, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff.
The Royal Air Force call sign. There will be a published hold at Trent 320 sim for Superfan. Remind me when we get in the cruise and it gets a bit quieter, we'll take a little look. Oh, lining up already. We'll keep an eye on the weather as well. If we can do the circle to land 3-3, we will. But again, it depends on ATC and everything else as well. Little nudge of power. Keep it rolling. Ding the crew because we're next. And we'll hold Alpha 1 as instructed.
Channel 4 Uniform Tango behind the departing EasyJet Airbus A320neo ahead for Alpha 1, land from weight runway 27 behind.
Behind the departing EasyJets, line up and wait 27 behind Channel 4 Uniform Tango.
East Midlands approach Osprey 569, holding
That's
short.
that annoying brake bug that Microsoft Flight Simulator is plagued with.
Good afternoon, East Midlands radar. Continue and hold Alpha 1.
Pulse light strobe steady, we'll put the wing lights on as well, because we expect, after takeoff into that cloud,
Ascot 2205, contact London 127.
possibility of icing.
London 17105, thanks very much, Ascot 2205.
Nick, ooh,
Good afternoon,
in 20 minutes. Rotterdam?
05 Lima, good afternoon, East Midlands radar, roger.
We're going to overfly Rotterdam. Right, so TARA, fuel flow, reset rates, traffic mode on, no weather radar, sadly that's set. I don't have VNAV, auto thrust, takeoff's briefed, we know what we're doing, we've got our charts ready, and close that 'cause I don't need that. Oh Nick, nice, good morning. There you go, yep, we got you some ATC, some traffic. This is still by far my favourite aircraft in the sim. Just brilliant at everything it does. Very much looking forward to the PMDG 777 as well. Hopefully that won't be too far away.
27 Alpha, surface wind 130 degrees at 5.
Cleared a bit of power.
27, clear for takeoff.
He's cleared. Taxi lights, runway turn off lights. And we'll just begin to creep. Brake path clear. He's rolling. And we're already cleared to line up behind. It's a line up and wait instruction, so we do exactly that. Nothing more. Nothing less. So I'm going to put the landing lights on now to save me a job in a moment as well. And one final check of the overhead. And we're good. Oh geez, look at that. Weather's coming in. Trying to multitask here. Gonna rerun the numbers. Climb to takeoff.
AC27 Alpha, contact London 127.
No difference.
105, bye bye.
And we'll keep the
London 127
line up going.
Taxi ATC by 2 Alpha.
Thanks, bye.
Here comes the rain. So what I've done there is just a very quick recalculation for the runway condition becoming wet.
Osprey 569 behind, they're departing Jet2 737 800 ahead, line up and wait runway 27 behind.
Okay.
Well, I'm way behind the.
So I'm going to hold on the brakes, and I'm actually just going to set 40% M1 for a minute, worrying about things like icing and all that sort of thing. I'm just going to hold it there and wait for clearance. This is going to be an interesting departure, isn't it? Very wet. Everything's in Ultra basically, Gamer DXB, and 4K. Under control. control's very busy, MPS Gaming says. That London C centre that we'll be switching to shortly. Dave, thank you, saying hello, have a good flight. I want to idle the throttle now because we've been waiting a little while, but if I do that, the second I do, you can almost guarantee we'll be cleared to take off. So, there we go.
From Tango, the surface wind is 130 degrees at 5 knots, runway 27 clear for takeoff.
27 clear for takeoff, Janix for Uniform Tango. So, brakes off. Toga. Looking for that wind sock. There it is. So we'll go a little bit into wind. Control visualizer on the bottom left for you. Speed's alive. As we get to about 80 knots, we'll make sure that nose wheel pressure has gone. So I've centered the forward and back movement of the stick. Used most of the runway today. Rotate. A little bit of a kink into wind, positive rate, gear up, and we follow the flight directors. Trim's looking good, away we go. .5 DME, we're waiting for 6 DME. And we can go CMDA engage. Now the gear is in and retracted over 1,000. Gear lever goes off. Auto brake RTO.
Contact London 127.
Leave that on.
105. Bye bye.
Contact London 127105. Chanix for Uniform Tango. Thanks for the ATC. Good day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. 127 105.
27 Alpha route direct Banto. Climb flight level 350.
Route direct Banto,
So through all of this thick cloud, we'll just leave.
89 1 November Quebec, report speed to Gatwick 126.825.
That on. We don't need engine anti-ice because you were in the climb using a lot of power, but we'll put wing anti-ice on as well.
Alpine 95 Whiskey Zulu, we're expected.
Contract 41, turn right, heading 255, cleared ILS runway 22.
Let's clean up the aeroplane,
Right,
go flap 0.
Cleared ILS runway 22, contract 4.
Alpine 95 Whiskey Zulu, taxi hotel and Alpha stand 15 right.
Good afternoon, Easy 9.
Ooh, look at this.
Alpha 15 right, Alpine 95 Whiskey Zulu, thank you.
Oh.
Alpha Charlie runway 22, clear takeoff, winds are 130 degrees, 5 knots.
Magic.
Clear takeoff, ED to Alpha Charlie.
Runner 5 Tango Golf ready to
So
tap.
just waiting for a natural gap.
Runner 5 Tango Golf, Roger, hold Sierra 1.
Sierra 1, runner 5 Tango Golf.
Shuttle 1, question Shuttle Liner X-ray, Honolulu 1, Hotel arrived for Heathrow.
6.5 DME to 7 for the turn.
Golf Kilo Alpha, leaving controlled airspace, basic service.
Basic service, Kilo Alpha.
Contract 4-1, no ATC speed restriction.
No speed restriction, contract 4-1.
London Control, hello, Chanix 4 Uniform Tangos, 5,000 Daventry, 3 November.
Chinese 4 Uniform Tango, London, climb now, flight level 210.
Climb now, flight level 210, Chanix 4 Uniform Tango.
Lufthansa 418.
210, checks, and alt intervention. Through all of the constraints. So a couple of clicks to get through that. And we've got the climb now. So we're going to ignore all of the SIDS, constraints of altitude up to 90. We'll continue the climb up. Standard pressure. Look at that. High to low, down you go. Conversely, the other way though is a huge jump upwards. Engine start mode selector switches off.
Ryanair 5 Tango Golf behind the landing, cargo 737 via Sierra 1, line at runway 22 behind.
Behind the landing, cargo 73, line up runway 22 behind, Ryanair 5 Tango Golf.
Contract 4-1, runway 22, clear to land, winds 130 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear to land, runway 22, contract 4-1.
Postman 452, when ready, descend flight level 220 level Hemel.
220 level Hemel, 452.
Oh yeah, there is no hold at Trent. Not published anyway. The hold is at Dane for Manchester. Your question there, 320 Sim Pilot Superfan.
EC2 Alpha Charlie, report your passing altitude, climb now to flight level 80.
EC2 Alpha Charlie, passing
1 and 2.
and climb flight level 80.
Flick that across because that'll now track Daventry. Away we go. Look at that. There's some awful low pressure and some pretty nasty weather over the UK at the moment. If you're in an aircraft like this 320 Sim Pilot Superfan, then usually you'd be able to compute it automatically and just do as the aeroplane flies. If you can't find any charts, then you could always ask just for the initial vector and turn, and they'll tell you if it's a left or a right turn. You could even say just request inbound course and turn direction, and they'll say on inbound 220 degrees right turn or something.
Direct Banto, climb flight level 370.
Direct Banto and climb 370, Channel X4 Uniform Tango. 370. Banto, select, checked, and execute.
3,000 feet, cleared ILS runway 07.
Descend, 3,000 kilo, 07, 81.
Big thanks to all of our ATC for departure today. Really nice to have. It makes such a difference.
November, pushing start approved, confirming QNH 9083.
Perfect 9083 for Shannon 94 Bravo November.
Flick the collar to 10.
EC2 Alpha Charlie, climb flight level 160.
Crikey,
Flight
Ian.
level 160, 2 Alpha Charlie.
On the center, Osprey 569, passing through 32 on the Daventry 3 November.
There's an aircraft over there. Look at that.
Now, flight level 210.
The sun is going to match. That'd be rather convenient.
London Centre, Air Portugal 1024 at 5,000.
Portugal 1024, you're not going to enter my sector, sir, Mike.
Let's have a little look at Volanta quick. So what he's done is he's given us a shortcut, so instead of going to Daventry and doing a bit of a 90-degree awkward turn, he's got us climbing up and away to a suitable altitude, 10,000 feet, and then he's got us direct to Banto there, over Huntingdon, St Ives, and then we'll be off over Norfolk. A lot of screenshots already, so I'm going to work to put these onto Volanta. Except for the one with the GSX overlay thing. And we've got Badger all the way in Netherlands airspace already. MPS, Peter, Turbo Stig, so it's Ian. Easy 27 Alpha as well, and then us behind. So lots ahead of us today, which is great.
Runway 5 Tango Golf, runway 22, clear takeoff, winds 130 degrees, 6 knots.
Clear takeoff 22, runway 5 Tango Golf.
Kent, welcome on board.
41, keep it rolling, please hold short Lima.
Thanks for subscribing. Great to have you with us today.
Keeping it rolling to hold short Lima, contract for 1.
Next frequency will be Unicom 1228.
85-3 November Kilo, climb flight level 310.
310, EC53 November Kilo.
Shanix 31 Victor Mighty Unicom, bye.
Monitor Unicom 122.8, bye bye.
Golf Kilo Alpha, clear to transit the Luton control zone, not above altitude 3,500
What's the VFR clearance?
feet. VFR QNH is 983, route Bovington.
Cleared to cross the Luton, not above 3,500, VFR 983, and route via Bovington. Golf
So
Kilo
next
Alpha.
frequency,
Golf Kilo Alpha,
expect
feedback
Unicom,
correct.
so we'll get that preset ready, and then we can extend our waypoints, have a little look at those, and we don't need the VORs or ADF anymore, so we'll get rid of them as well for now. Remco, welcome. 41 knot crosswind.
170-452.
Scarries 1209, London Control, hello, Rimto 1 November, arrival for Newcastle, Squawk 1205.
Pop the seatbelt signs off, wing lights can come
Shuttle
off.
8 Golf with you, climbing out of Heathrow, passing flight level 30.
Shuttle 8 Golf, don't talk over, read back, standby.
And
1209.
wing anti-ice.
Windsor 1 November arrival and 1205 Skyways 1209.
Because I forgot to turn that off. If that was a 737 MAX, we'd have detonated the engine by now.
Lufthansa 418, London Control, roger. Post question, Osprey 5908, Marty Unicom, bye.
Osprey 5908, go to Unicom. Bye, have a nice day, thank you.
BT2 Alpha Charlie, route direct Cowley.
Direct Cowley.
4 uniform tango.
Shuttle 8 Golf, London, climb now, flight level 140.
140, Shuttle 8 Golf.
Runner 70 Lima, Mike, route direct Abbott, descend flight level 90.
Abbott down to 9070 Lima, Mike.
004.
Runner 5 Tango Golf, report you're passing altitude, climb now, flight level 370.
EDDK is a destination Remco.
370, we are currently level at 4,000 feet.
Do you have to remind me what airport is that?
Postman, question Osprey 569, start climbing now, climb now, flight level 210.
Sorry, I'm holding in the consideration flight 210.
I won't be able to do it immediately, Remco.
Albion Mars 30, please file a flight plan.
Cologne. Ah.
Hello, Control. Chat. November, requesting taxi.
Ascot 2205, stop climb, flight level 310.
Stop 310, Ascot 2205.
Someone going overhead.
Shuttle 9 X-ray, descend flight level 90.
Level 90, Shuttle 9 X-ray.
That is. Oh, it's a CRJ. It's a Skyways. Fly UK.
Runner 4716, push start approved, QNH is 9084.
Flight approved, QNH 984, runner 4716.
Contract 41, taxi by Juliet and Alpha, stand 2.
Juliet Alpha, stand 2, contract 41.
Up on 95, Whiskey Zulu, shut down, great job, have a good day.
Wiggly line, isn't it? It's definitely the Aerosoft CRJ.
Easy 1, welcome to London Luton, taxi to stand 9 left by Alpha and Bravo.
9 left,
also in Bravo. Favourite view.
Easy 2 Alpha Charlie, climb flight level 210.
Flight level 210, easy 12.
If you enjoyed today's live stream, don't forget,
452, descend flight level
press that like
80,
button if you're new as well, tuning in perhaps for the first time. Great to have you on board with us today. Hope you enjoy it. Press subscribe as well if you think you do. If you feel like you want to see more. I've got a new video coming in later on, by the way. And for silver and gold frequent flyers, I've already got early access to view that at the minute as a bit of a teaser. And it's a new aircraft that's been released today or yesterday, I forget which, but it's brand new, it's been released, so it's already out now.
Good afternoon, sir, 295.
And I've done a 30-odd minute review video, explored a few of its features and gone for a little bit of a zoom about New Zealand. So that'll be going live today at 6 PM after today's live stream ends, while I'm cooking a roast.
295.
Easy 2 Alpha Charlie, Marty Unicom.
Look at that, it looks so real.
122.8, thanks for your help, sir, good day.
Well, you'll find out at 6 o'clock. No news yet, Neil, on the 777, sadly no.
Roger, Kidley 1 Golf arrival, climb now, flight level 190.
Kidley 1 Golf arrival and climb now, flight level 190, is 64 Bravo.
Static Skyrim, Easy 901 Papa.
Might be the one just a veteran. It's about 3 people talking over each other then.
209, when ready, descend flight level 280, level mammal.
That's done. Through 27. So when we get to top of climb, we'll do a fuel check. Flick that back to ADF. We don't need.
Control, good afternoon.
November
576 Lima Mike at flight level 90.
November 576 Lima Mike, London Control, Roger. Honolulu 1 Hotel arrival for Heathrow.
Honolulu 1 Hotel arrival for Heathrow, November Lima Mike.
Anyone I missed?
Easy 901 Papa, recall that.
Easy 901 Papa, sorry, I think it was just that. You can.
Well, I've always been told if somebody copies what you do, then
Push that approved, face
it's not necessarily a bad thing. I take it as a compliment, to be honest.
I've got 2205, climb flight level 330.
220, I've got 205.
Osprey 2472, Marty Unicom.
There's Ian's handoff.
Osprey
Wink.
2472,
Nudge.
Mighty Unicom.
Ian.
Osprey 2472, Mighty Unicom. 18, route direct Oxshore.
Pilot Control, good evening. Beeline 18 Alpha with you. Flight level, climbing flight level 240.
Gunlight Alpha London Control, hello, Elvos 1 Mike, arrival for Manchester. Set the squawk 7112.
Can we get the arrival again for Beeline 18 Alpha?
Beeline 18 Alpha, Elvos 1 Mike, arrival for Manchester, squawk 7112.
Elvos 1 Mike and 7112, the Beeline 18 Alpha.
Shuttle Minor X-ray, Heathrow closing, Mighty Unicom.
Mighty Unicom, 9 X-ray, thank you.
Golf Kilo Alpha radar control.
Yeah.
Control, Kilo Alpha.
The pilot's likely struggling because it's across the land anyway. Mike, welcome. How are you doing?
452, contact East Mids 126.180.
He's on full flow now, this controller.
London Control, Speedbird 1509 with you.
Yeah, no, we've Scott. I've told the London Control that I'll pass it on and let Ian know anyway, so no drama.
Heading 330.
He did respond.
1509, hello, Elvos 1 Mike,
No
arrival, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240.
I don't think it came through on our end. I think V-pilots, VATSIM's
1509, Elvos 1 Mike, arrival.
struggling again.
So you got stepped on there.
Speedbird 1509, Elvos 1 Mike, arrival.
Elvos 1 Mike arrival. Speedbird 1509.
London Center Osprey 2472 is monitoring Unicom 22.8. Apologies, I didn't respond.
GMX 501 London, squawk 0117. Gemstone 501, squawk 0117.
Squawk 0117, Gemstone 501.
Ryanair 70 Lima Mike, vector wireless approach, runway 22, fly heading 280 degrees.
Vector Zala 22, fly heading 280, 70 Lima Mike.
32,000 feet.
5, climb flight level 340.
340,
Red for there, that little dot.
Shuttle 8 Golf, climb flight
That's
level
when we're going to get
210.
handed off most likely by control here.
Osprey 569, climb flight level 350.
Up to 350, Osprey, thank you.
86 Bravo, route direct Kidley.
Route direct Kidley, 86 Bravo.
Skyris 1209, Mighty Unicom.
He's full on now.
Skyris 1209, thank you.
Lufthansa 418, route direct Oxford.
Take it for 418.
Actually just forgot. Speedbird 1509, a route direct Elvos.
I'm not sure MPS, I haven't looked that far ahead yet.
3,000 to 5,000.
Speedbird 1509, a route direct Elvos.
Yeah, he got that time in.
It's definitely in your flight plan, you're going to need to fly through the consumption, stay on present heading.
Present heading is 330, it is in our flight plan, I just need to clear the rest of these waypoints here.
Neptune 5 Lima, London Control, hello, please don't talk over people, climb now, flight level 190.
Apologies, climb now, flight level 190, Jet 5 Lima.
YP.
London Control, Beeline 18 Alpha, confirm to hit PMDG.
Beeline 18 Alpha, squawk 7112.
It's great to listen how busy it is, to be fair.
Golf Kilo Alpha, not above 2,500, please, due to class Alpha above.
About 2,500, Kilo Alpha.
Shows you
Golf, climb flight level 360.
how busy the controllers are, certainly on the weekends,
Ryanair 5 Tango Golf, stop your climb
when there are
flight level
various events and
330.
things going on at the moment as well on VATSIM. So sometimes, if it's super busy and you're new, and the intensity is like this, I wouldn't necessarily recommend jumping onto the network and trying to give it a go, because everybody ends up stepping on each other, people then get frustrated, and people make mistakes, and then it can quite quickly compound into being a bit of a negative experience for your first ever flight on the network, perhaps, and then you think, well, I won't do that again. But as you build the confidence, you can fire back your responses quite quickly, like we've all been doing today. But it's all about thinking far ahead, so you've got to think what my next transmission from ATC might be, so that you can get that ready in your head, and then you're ready to receive the information you get from them, basically.
Good afternoon, Quebec 6 Victor, 563 Lima at Stansted, 738, ready for push.
Fletcher, best thing to do there, mate, is have a little look at my tutorial series for the Airbus A300.
Good afternoon, London Control. This is
There's a lot of nuances to the A300 that you've got to be able to set up before you can get even the autopilot system to engage in a standby mode. So definitely worth having a little look at that, just to make sure it's all good.
Departure to your 5 left. Osprey 7821, thank you, identified, climb now, flight level 100. Flight level 100, subject to
But if wasn't that much, Odyssey. It was £3,200 my setup.
Kidley 1 Golf arrival, climb flight level 190.
Kidley 1 Golf
But yes, ordinarily very expensive. I was blessed with some very generous donations
Climbing now, climb now, flight level 190.
that could allow me to purchase it, basically.
Speedbird 1509, I don't know where you're going, but
He's busy, isn't he, Badger? He's got people doing mad stuff as well. That Speedbird's flying his own random kind of thing and all that sort of stuff.
Golf Kilo Alpha basic service.
Basic service, Kilo Alpha.
Rhino 52 Kilo, pushing start approved, QNH is 9084.
QNH 984, pushing start approved, Rhino 52 Kilo, thank you.
527 Alpha, Monty Unicom.
Unicom, Tucson Alpha, thank you, bye.
Ascot 2205, Mighty Unicom.
Unicom, Ascot 2205, thanks very much, goodbye.
Runner 5 Tango Golf, climb flight level 350.
350, runner 5 Tango Golf.
Runner 70 Lima Mike, turn left heading 255, descend to altitude 2,000 feet, cleared ILS runway 22.
255 down to 2,000, cleared ILS 2270 Lima Mike.
Golf Kilo Alpha, I don't cover London City, so radar services terminated, Squawk 7000, frequency change approved, goodbye.
Squawk 7000, thanks for service, Kilo Alpha.
Absolutely, Ian. Howdy, howdy. Much cheaper than learning to fly. That's the stupidity of it.
Shanix 94 Bravo November, London Control identified, climb now, flight level 110.
110.
KLM 683, London Control identified, climb now, flight level 140.
Climb now, 140, KLM 683.
Lufthansa 418, Mighty Unicom, goodbye.
37. Top of climb.
Lufthansa 418, Mighty Unicom, goodbye.
So, fuel check at Redfer seems like a good place to put it. And it says estimated 5.5.
Around that 4716, request taxi.
Rhino 4716, hold Sierra 1.
Hold Sierra 1 around.
My goodness, we've got loads of ATCM.
18 Alpha, route direct Elvos. Direct Elvo, V-line 18 Alpha. Speedbird 1509, why are you descending? Climb flight level 200.
Oh, jeez. That's Speedbird's having a mare.
Rhino 70 Lima Mike, runway 22, clear to land, wind 130 degrees, 6 knots.
Clear to land, runway 2270 Lima Mike.
That's it.
Rhino 5
Well, I could go and buy a PA28 for 60 grand.
Rhino 5 Tango Golf, Mighty Unicom, goodbye.
It's much cheaper.
Unicom Sierra, Rhino 5 Tango Golf.
Shanix 4
London, Tom Jet 2 Charlie at a 4000.
Shanix 4 Uniform Tango, Mighty Unicom, goodbye.
Unicom for 4 Uniform Tango, thanks to ATC, g'day. Does he too, yeah. I'm so glad I wasn't on that day. Oh well. Yeah, absolutely, David. He's the very, very patient controller there, who was immensely busy as well. Right, now we're at cruise. What was that? Was it 5.5, wasn't it, for the fuel check at Redfer? Yeah, 5.5. So we'll be there imminently. We can have another little gander at Valanta. Redfer's imminent. We've got an aircraft just ahead of us. Rhino 5 Tango Golf is just filtering into this kind of little link that we're doing between Redfer and Tasha. And then we're into Dutch airspace, routing over the Rotterdam. And then we've got EDMM ALB Centre over Munich. And we've actually got Austrian ATC online as well. Very exciting. First chance we've had actually to have a little look at some of these screenshots, so I'm just going to have a look to see who's done what. Wow, Badger's flying to Salzburg in the A300, brave. MPS in the 737-700. So, why is it zoomed right in then? Bloody hell. Who else have we got? Peter, Osprey 32. Ian Osprey 2472. Loads of screenshots from him. Nice little crossover there. Flying out awesome 737. I need to install the Ascot livery. Can you guys need to make sure I remember next time so I can actually show it as a Poseidon, because I keep forgetting constantly. There he is. There's us, followed by Graham in the Eurovision Special Edition livery. Fenix A320. Hey, there we are. About to take off. Don't think I hit like on that one, did I? No, I did. Awesome. Easy 27 Alpha. Have they got screenshots? No. Who else have we got? I don't know if we've got anyone else taking off and flying on. Tom's at 2 Mike Charlie. Just gone airborne actually as well. See who else we've got. That's everyone. Oh, Aaron's there in the Mad Dog, waiting to fire up. Out of East Midlands. Crikey. There's a couple of Typhoons over there. Rogue and Punisher call signs. Zipping around in the wash. Out of Coningsby. They're not on VATSIM though. They're just on Volanta tracking their flight. Ian, yeah. Might as well, because I will forget. North Sea with the Aerosoft North Sea pack below as well. So we've got those really awesome. Which is an aeroplane descend below us, I think. I don't know. Really awesome kind of North Sea ships and oil rigs and things all dotted around, wind farms and all the rest of it. Yeah, Rab, the 146 is a right handful, isn't it? The Avro RJ will be great when that does come, because it will give us a little bit more automation, which would be quite nice. I'm not sure that has an auto throttle though, actually, come to think of it. Perhaps it doesn't. Ah, that there is the Ryanair. And then the EasyJet that took off ahead of us is right off in the distance over there. It's amazing that we can actually still see that. A bandit stripe on our next plane, Ian. The 777s are notoriously modern aircraft, isn't it? And it's aged really well, so... And the Avro does have auto throttle, there we go, look at that. Right mod cons. Yeah, later on today, The Cows DA42 preview. Well, not even a preview actually, because it released today, I think, or yesterday. I forget which. I think it released today. Yeah, we'll go with that. But a good old review video there, flying around the North Island of New Zealand for a little bit, exploring its takeoff performance and all the rest of it. So we'll have a look around that. About 6 PM UK time, 1800 UTC. We're at Tasha, and we're at 5.5, so we're slightly above our estimated fuel on board, which is good. Because I may have forgot to do the fuel check at Redver. Tasha's 5.3 for the estimations, we're at 5.4. Langen is on, awesome. I'm going to check VAT glasses, because I always forget which... where is it? VAT glasses. Oh, is VAT glasses down? I think it is. Oh, well, that's not very helpful. Philip Whitehead, welcome aboard. Thanks for subscribing. Is it? It's not Gin, is it, or is it DKB? Which frequency is it? I'm not sure. Okay, so it's Gin. And then DKB, I think, after that. Or Zug. EDGG Gin, which would be 124730. Awesome. Living the dream, nice. Very easy to fly, isn't it? That's one of my kind of my takeaways from it. It's a nice, simple startup procedure and all the rest of it too. Michael, welcome. Been with us for 11 months. Thanks for the ongoing support. About to hit that 1 year anniversary of being a channel member. Exciting. It's a short-ish flight this, it's only about 1 hour 30, so it's quite a pleasant little hop. Similar kind of flight time to Innsbruck actually, really. Oh, Nick. That's not good. To be fair, you could always join a super short hop. If you've planned on New Sky, don't forget to cancel your flight if you're not going to fly it. But you could join us from Cologne or Dusseldorf or Dortmund. It'd be a very short kind of 30-minute flight. Ayazami, thanks. No, Rab, you're a big old slow chunky piece of metal, aren't you, in your 146? Let's whack this range up a little bit. Oh, you hit start flight already. I wouldn't worry then. It would just auto delete itself, I believe. Peter, nice, crikey, 3-year channel member. You must have been one of the originals then. One of the OG 10. Can't believe we've had it going that long, actually, to be honest. Not too bad then, Rab, actually. In fairness. Let's have a look at the little look at the charts. Still got a bit of a way to go. We've got runway 15, headwind 14 knots, crosswind of 1. If I bring up Parallel 42's Flow Pro ATIS widget, LOWS. We'll see if we've got any ATCs. ATIS there we do, Quebec. Runway 15 in use. Interestingly, not giving us an approach. It says transition level 120 and 140 degrees 12 knots. Good visibility. Clouds view at 8,000 feet, scattered 13,000 feet. Temperature 15, dew point 1, QNH 987. Really low pressure over Salzburg at the moment. Very, very low pressure. High to low, down you go. Remember that thing I was talking about last time? You might have been tuning in perhaps for the first time, so you may have missed it, but there's a general rule that you can use to employ to see how much of an altitude drop you might have. And it's easy to remember by the kind of quote, high to low, down you go. And it will make more sense when you actually physically see it. But you can take our standard pressure QNH of 1013 and you can deduct the QNH at the location you want to check against, in this case Salzburg 987 from 1013. So 1013 minus 987 gives you 26. Now for every hectopascal difference is approximately 30 feet. So you take your 26, times it by 30 and it gives you the altitude difference. So we're currently at 37,000 feet on standard pressure. But there's a 780 foot difference between the local pressure at Salzburg and the standard atmospheric pressure of QNH 1013 hectopascals. So if we change now to QNH where is it? If we change now to the local QNH of 987, the altitude would drop by 780 feet. So actually, that indicated altitude there, our pressure altitude would be 36,220 feet. So we've almost lost an entire 1,000 feet of altitude, which is where you can get caught out very uncomfortably when you're flying into low pressure regions. For high pressure is the other way around. It's the same kind of thing. If we're going from standard pressure QNH 1013 to a QNH of 1028, then the altitude there would actually increase. Our pressure altitude would increase. So the concern would be local kind of pressure, meaning that we're quite high. We're higher than we realise. Hopefully that will make sense. But yeah, high to low, down you go. It doesn't work so well with inches of mercury for those of you in the States who use inches instead of hectopascals. So I'm not sure what the calculation would be because I've only learnt it in hectopascals, to be fair. Inches of mercury are a lot closer together, so... Let's keep that heading bug in line. 47 knot crosswinds. Yeah, we can expect runway 15 with the weather. So we can have a little look at some of the options then. So as we route in across German airspace, we then cross the border into Austria. We'll be into then the descent towards Salzburg. Bit of a tricky one really, because we're not flying in Austrian airspace all that much. In fact, Badit is the border of Austrian airspace and München radar, German airspace. So we're going to do predominantly most of this with German ATC if they're online, and then at Bibag they'll probably hand us across to Salzburg's ATC or Wien radar, whoever it might be that is online as we get closer, and then from there we're basically just straight in on the approach. We're expecting the Badit to Romeo arrival, and that makes the border quite clear actually there. Look, Germany on one side, Austria on the other. So we're already going to be about 4,000 feet there, which is insane, isn't it? Most of the approach done in German airspace, and then we'll quickly blitz, probably the wrong word to use, quickly hop into Austrian airspace, straight towards the Salzburg VOR, and then that's the initial approach fix for 15. Minimum safe altitude at the Salzburg VOR is 4,000 feet over Austrian territory only, it says there. A little bit of terrain to the south, and there's the runway. So it's interesting because the approach is actually technically going to take us back into German airspace. And then, 1 mile before touchdown, back into Austrian airspace. In fact, there it is. That's the approach. Look at that. So this is the ILS runway 15, which is what we're kind of planning. So as we cross the Salzburg VOR, we'll be on Austrian ATC, and then at Aschet, we actually technically cross into German airspace, but we will be speaking to Salzburg approach or Salzburg tower most likely, whoever it is that's applicable to the arrival. And actually we fly the approach in Germany, technically, until 1.6 miles from threshold of the runway, which is where we cross back into Austrian airspace. It's only a technicality, but it's quite an interesting technicality there, to be fair, I think. Airport elevation 1,411 feet, and the transition altitude for departures is 10,000 feet, but it's 12,000 for the transition level descending down. And it's a bit of a tricky missed approach procedure for this because of the terrain around us. We've got all of this terrain here at 4,000. There's a pylon up to 4,600 feet almost there as well on the peak. Pylon there 2,201 feet, 2,350, so on and so forth. So you can see lots of hazards around us in this valley, but a sharp climbing turn. Minimum bank angle 25 degrees, maximum speed 165 knots for the missed approach here. So very tight indeed. And then we're basically going to turn back towards 410 SI and then head back out towards Salzburg to 6,000 feet to join the hold again. And that's if we're getting the ILS runway 15. We might be told you can have the RMP Echo, which is LPV only, or the RMP X-Ray, which takes us to Whiskey Sierra 817, and that's the missed approach point, and then all the autopilot, everything comes off. It's down to us to fly the last 4 miles manually. So we could get that one as well. That one doesn't rely on the Salzburg VOR, though, it's worth noting, whereas this one does. So because we've got the Salzburg VOR in our flight plan, it would be reasonable to assume and expect that we're going to be getting the ILS 15 in this instance today. So with that in mind, we're just going to have a quick look at the QNH. 987 is in the box. So we'll make sure that's up to date. And I've already gone ahead and pulled our descent winds forecast. So I've got our 3 descent winds there, and placed the transition level of flight level 120 into the descent forecast page, just to give the aeroplane's brain, the FMS, all of the data it needs to work out when our top of descent is best placed to be. Nick, thank you. Yeah, do keep smashing the like button, folks, throughout today. If we want to, we can do a fixed ring at the airport. We can also do one at the Salzburg VOR if we so wish. But what do we got here? Let's see. So we're going to go Salzburg, ILS 15, transition SBG, Baddie 2 Romeo, execute. Who's the ping? (135,180).
Thank you.
Lang, moin, Lufthansa 2, November Lima.
Lelstadt Tower. Are you there?
I am very much here. Would you like to divert, good sir?
I'm not sure I'll fit, unless you have many stroopwafel.
Oh, we have plenty here.
Alright, hopefully we'll get you some traffic. Everyone go to Lelstadt Tower if you want to fly some GA. Oh, he's having a good one. I won't stay on the frequency too long, I might get told off. 1228. I did say I'd tune in briefly while we're in range.
Hotel descent to flight level 350.
1228 again. Right, where were we? Ace Airstream. Fact of the day. The approach to runway 15, the ILS happens to fly over the small town where the carol Silent Night originated, which is Obendorf on the River Salzach near Laufen. Interesting. Runway 15, so we can go fix runway 15, and we could do 4 miles, and we can do 8 miles, just so we get a couple of fixed rings in there. It's worth just checking to make sure we don't have any discontinuities. And then, as we were talking about the missed approach procedure, relying on an NDB, and that's on a frequency of 410, we should probably tune that in as well. So 410, we'll put that in the active box. Charts, again, just so you can see what we're doing. We've got a number of different things to tune in. So we're going to punch in the ILS 1099 first, because that's already selected. And then we'll flick that across and put the Salzburg VOR in 113.8, and we'll switch that back. Same again on VOR or NAV2. 1099, 1138, and then we can pop the course in, nav 1 and 2 course of 135 as per the charts, 153. Got to do both, and that's it. Weather's much better over Europe at the moment. Look at that. Is the only automation you've got, Rab, I think, isn't it, in the 146? Javier, welcome aboard. Thanks for subscribing. Nikasana says, what would happen if the course wasn't the same on both sides? You wouldn't necessarily get a nice stable ILS approach. So you might get, it might end up flying an offset course, or it might get confused and then not actually established with the localizer. It all depends on what kind of approach you're doing as well. If you're flying a VOR approach, and therefore you've got a load of VORs tuned in, and the course is set for the VOR, then it might end up not flying the correct inbound course. But a lot of people say, certainly when this aircraft first released actually, people were struggling with the ILS because they weren't setting NAV1 and NAV2 course. So if that one was different, 160 for example, then you might find that your approach button won't arm. Aaron, nice. All of the classics, you seem to be into a lot more of the classics recently, flying fairly regularly with the Mad Dog. I forgot what it was called then for some reason, for a moment. Oh, good afternoon. Started off with nice weather, and then a huge burst of rain came as we just lined up for takeoff. So it was quite an interesting takeoff, to be fair to all. Very busy with ATC as well, but nice steep departure too. Not necessarily the runway heading, Neil. So that's a great question. I'm glad you've asked it actually. So in this case, this is where you always need charts, right? So the ILS frequency is 1099 for runway 15 into Salzburg. The course is next to it, 153. Now it's not an offset ILS, so this is going to take us in, and it therefore matches the runway heading, which is also 153. Now, if I show you Innsbruck, because it's a really good example of a different alternate situation, and I show you the locked DME East, you've got treble 1.1 for the ILS frequency if you want, just as a bit of simplicity. But the course here is 254. But actually, the runway heading is 257. So there's a big difference there. And it shows because it says lock course offset 3 degrees. So it's not actually flying you in line with the runway. So if you have an offset ILS like this, or an offset lock, you can see there the centre of the lock, that little tiny circle, is just to the left of the runway as opposed to the runway heading. So you always have a little look to see if you've got an offset localizer or not. But yeah, it's a good question. Hopefully that's a nice example to answer your question there as well. Langen radar 124730 on the ping. Langen radar, good afternoon. Chanex 4 Uniform Tango, inbound Podip, flight level 370.
Chanex 4 Uniform Tango, Langen radar identified, hello.
Control,
some of the most proficient air traffic controllers on the VATSIM network in Germany
flight level 350.
tend to be on Langen radar.
Z27 Alpha Langen radar identified.
Amazingly proficient.
2045.
Squawk 2045, easy Tickle Alpha.
Lufthansa 1 Tango Papa, contact Langen radar on 125.2.
And we got a bit of ATC again.
1252, Lufthansa 1 Tango Papa 2.
That's the one, Neil, yet. And if you're flying a VOR approach, it needs to you need to make sure that you've got the correct VOR course set as well. By the way, for the arrival actually, if we just jump back towards the charts at Salzburg, the runway's quite long here, 2,750 metres, and landing on 15, hopefully we can vacate at Echo. Nice left turn on Echo there. That would be ideal.
Hello, Lufthansa 54 Hotel with you. Starting flight level 90 for flight level 130.
Don't quite think we'll make Delta in the middle, but we'll probably vacate Echo and then turn right onto Lima to taxi into the main apron area.
Log
Langenräder, hello, KLM 45 with you. KLM 45, Langenräder identified.
But because of that, if we go to the performance tool here, and we look at landing en route, because we've done a lot of the calculations already,
Hello, and Squidward 48 Wolf, flight level 370 with you.
there's no report of
Golf Langenräder identified, hello.
rain at the moment, just some cloud and low pressure, so I could probably change the runway condition from wet to dry. But you can see here this configuration, so reversers, auto brake 3 and flap 30 at 61,500 kilograms. On runway 15 with wet runway, it's going to give us a stop distance of 1740, 1,740 meters. If we try and set 1, it gives us a warning saying we can't do that because the runway's wet. So if we change this to dry and recalculate, auto brake 1 will give us a stop of 2433, almost right at the end of the runway there. Auto brake 2, 2220, and auto brake 3, 1735. So the difference between 3 on wet and dry, 1735 we changed to wet, 1740 is only 5 meters difference. So we'll keep it safe, we'll go auto brake 3 and reversers with the wet runway calculation. That just re-import the weather there, it's just changed slightly to 1765, there we go. So that's the EFB, it's not the EFB, oof. It's the Universal Flight Tablet from PMDG, which contains an EFB app, which is that one, but also a performance tool. One-way traffic dial, yeah, it's kind of showing you different taxi routes basically. It's not a great chart because I did double look at that actually, thinking if I've got the right chart, but it doesn't cover any inbounds. There's like a, as you said, there's a little arrow showing the taxiway at Echo as if it's one way, but there's also one at Lima there towards Fox.
Contact Langenräder on 125.2. Langenräder 125.2, thanks very much, Oscar 205.
Always worth having a little read through arrival charts. Oh, it's a Saturday today. Following restriction applies on Saturdays during ski charter season between 8 and 8 local time. Whee! That's us. We're doing that now. Arriving IFR flights which are not able to comply with minimum 160 till 5 nautical mile final are normally not accepted within the mentioned time frame based on ETA due to the dense arriving and departing traffic. Well, that doesn't apply. We can do 160 till 5. Noise abatement procedures won't apply because we're not flying in at between 10 and 11 local. Runway 15 is approved for Cat 2 operations and Cat 3 operations. Special aircrew and aircraft certification is required. When vacating runway 15 via taxiway Foxtrot, taxiway centerline has to be followed and runway end lights and runway end markings may be disregarded. Some information there about the circling approaches and RMPs for runway 33. And the briefing continues. What have we got here? Reverse thrust, do not use more than idle reverse, except if required for safety or operational reasons. Okay, roger. No reverse thrust then.
Contact Langenräder on
Copper, welcome. Low vis not expected. Aircraft operators should ensure the aircraft transponders are able to operate when the aircraft is on the ground. Assign the correct squawk code and activate mode Sierra at pushback. Do not switch off or standby. Select auto, on or exponder on the transponder unit to make sure mode S is selected accordingly. Reduced runway separation. Will be category 3 aircraft anyway, so it'll be 2.4 kilometers separation. Landing aircraft. Separation shall be in no case less than the following minimums. A successful landing Cat 1 aircraft may cross the threshold. That's not us. That's not us. A succeeding landing aircraft may cross the threshold when preceding a Category 3 aircraft has landed and passed a point at least 2,400 metres from the threshold, is in motion and will vacate the runway without backtracking, or is airborne and has passed a point at least 2,400 metres from the threshold. Notes for departing aircraft and wake turbulence.
125.2,
relevant.
for Charlie, ciao. KLM 425, report your request at flight level.
Taxi route landing runway 15, taxiway Echo Foxtrot, onto Lima, exit for main apron, or backtrack runway taxiway Charlie. So we're not going to necessarily backtrack, so we can write taxi Echo, or Fox, Lima, exit 5, sorry, exit 4. I'm actually writing that down now, so I'm briefing ourselves for the arrival with all the information here. Mode Charlie and Mode S, well, so Mode S will provide the ATC with your flight number, aircraft type and stuff. Mode Charlie gives them speed, altitude and all the rest of it too, from what I understand, if I remember that quite correctly. It's been a while since I had to recall that though.
Request flight level 35. What's up?
During wind conditions with wind speed of 6 knots or less, jet aircraft of aircraft type 757 or wake turbulence category heavy have to expect runway 15 for approach and landing, exceptions for operational reasons only. Alright, cool. Well, I think we're suitably briefed. Limited on parking.
Descend flight level 100, cross level at Ladet, November 22 Jet Papa.
And we can think about minimums and stuff as well now. So we've got to go airport elevation 1411. Make a note of all this. LF 1411. We've done a 120 for the transition level. Final approach was 153. Cat 2 ILS RA 98. We'll just stick with that.
Lufthansa 54 Hotel, climb to flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320 Lufthansa.
So, putting all that in the aircraft is important. 1411.
Next for uniform Tango, contact Langenrider on 125.2.
Closest we can get is 1400. Is that us?
Langenrider, good day, Lufthansa 6 Alpha Mike, pass flight level 110 for flight level 130.
Is that 1252?
Yes, check in Channel for uniform Tango, contact Langenrider on 125.2.
1252 Channel 4 uniform Tango, choose.
Lufthansa 6 Alpha Mike, Langenrider
152.
Hello, climb to flight level 240. Climb to flight level 240, Lufthansa 6 Alpha Mike. Easy 27 Alpha, contact Langenrider on 125.2.
2 November Lima, thanks for the schönen Service, ciao.
Let's get rid of the charts for a second while I do this.
Oscar 2205, thank you.
Langen radar, good afternoon, Channel 4 uniform Tango, flight level 370 inbound to Boret.
Channel 4 uniform Tango, Langen radar, good afternoon to you, identified. Proceed to direct Armut.
Direct Armut, Channel 4 uniform Tango.
Langen radar, good afternoon, institution of we're inbound. Boret, flight level 350.
Easy 27 Alpha Langen, good afternoon to you, identified. Proceed direct to Armut.
Yeah, no, Fletcher, you're not following it quite correctly, I don't think, that video. Engines do spin, so if you're somewhere that's windy and your engines are off, they're designed to be efficient, so the fan blades will get caught in the wind and just rotate anyway, and they'll just clack around and just spin away. But that's normal.
Leipzig Air 3 Alpha Charlie, descend flight level 250 at 2.
What was it doing? 1411.
Descending flight level 250, 2000 feet per minute.
987 for the QNH. 987 and radio.
Eurowings 8 uniform Alpha, contact München Rail 134, das Nummer 150.
98 for the RA. And then down here, estimated landing weight 61.5, we'll just run that. Flat 30, 144, so 149 for approach speeds.
134,
If we add 5 knots, a lot of high level clouds suddenly appearing. Fletcher, it's fine. Good questions. Depends on it depends on how efficient the engines are as well. You'll see some aircraft engines, certainly the more modern aircraft like the Dreamliners and things like that, and the 777 as well, to be fair, and they will just spin almost freely in a light breeze, whereas some of the older aircraft with not so efficient engines and slightly heavier fan blades perhaps, they might not rotate until it gets caught in a bit of a wind speed of about 6, 7, 8 knots perhaps. But yeah, they were just sit and windmill.
Hello, fraction 030 November, passing
all normal.
Fraction 030 November, Langen radar identified. Turn right direct to NATO.
I think we've got another frequency coming up, haven't we? Munch on 1291, is it?
NATO and request flight level 290, fraction 030 November.
Fraction 030 November, roger, thank you. For the moment, land flight level 190.
191.
Fraction 030 November.
Look at VATSIM now.
Hello, Golem 45 with you.
Eastern Europe, full ATC. Middle East, full ATC. Spain, full ATC, except for Valencia and Barcelona. And then just Brussels, Switzerland and France and the south of London, like London area, nothing.
Corsica 17 Tango Lima, Langen radar, good afternoon, identified.
Stephen, not late. We're still flying. You're in time.
Langen radar, hello, speed word for Eagle flight level 370 with you.
Friedrichshafen. Grab that one. I am a controller, Biohazard, but it's too difficult structuring the stream. When we did the streams in the past with controller sessions, I had a lot of help with people top down. So I was running ground somewhere, I had someone else doing delivery to help with the flight plans whilst I did ground, and then we had other people helping with tower frequencies, approach and London control. That takes quite a while to organise, and unfortunately nowadays it's in the too difficult box for most people, so I've asked a number of times for help trying to get these things organised, but it never materialises into anything, which is unfortunately meaning that we don't do any controller streams anymore. Let's go. So it was order break 3, wasn't it, what we said we were going to use?
Austin 3, Papa Juliet on frequency.
Austin 3, Papa Juliet, go ahead.
Austin 3, Papa Juliet, Langen radar, good afternoon, identified.
Across the land indeed, Mike. What do I think of the possibility of a twin engine 747? Be a bit weird, won't it?
Level 290 fraction 030 November.
Leipzig 3 Alpha Charlie, contact München, radar 134, das mal 150.
134, 150, Leipzig 3 Alpha Charlie, ciao.
Unless it's Air France 32.
Tango, contact München, radar 129, das mal 100.
Contact München 129 and 100 Channel X4 Uniform Tango, tschüss.
Gen 809er, contact Wien radar on 132.160.
Litos, I haven't got Apple TV, so I don't know if I have to pay for it. I don't want to.
Osprey 598, descend to flight level 100.
Oh, bloody hell, Rab. Absolute bollocks. Indeed. People come up with some absolute nonsense, don't they? Munchen radar, hello. Chanex 4 Uniform Tangos, flight level 370, direct Armut.
Chanex 4 Uniform Tango, Munchen radar, hello, identified. Proceed direct Leslie.
Proceed direct Litley, Chanex 4 Uniform Tango. Christ, that's one heck of a shortcut. Steadies the hand, doesn't it, Ian, for those windy approaches? Oh, okay, Litos, yeah. When's it going to finish then? I'll sign up and watch it for free and then cancel. I like those free trials, they're great.
The 6972 after road no, proceed direct last correction.
Oh, crikey, yeah. It's a little way away yet, isn't it?
After road no, proceed direct gas cat, 6972.
So I think this guy's going to be the one giving us
5 to mark, climb to flight level 240.
descent.
Chanex 4 Uniform Tango, descend to flight level 310.
Descend flight level 310, Chanex 4 Uniform Tango. Oops, Aaron, where are you flying then? Or just an entirely different route, I assume.
Descend the 5 to mark, climb to flight level 300.
Just smoothly into this rate of descent. And we'll do 1500 foot per minute, that'll do. I've heard a lot of people saying very good things about it, Litos, so far, to be fair.
Sky travel 4 Delta Foxtrot, squawk 2207.
Master caution, air conditioning.
Squawk 2207, sky travel 4
Off scheduled descent.
Easy 27 Alpha, München.
That'll keep popping back. A few times, no doubts. It's fine, we just disregard it.
Osprey 2472, descend to flight level 100.
Descent to flight level 100, Osprey 2472.
So basically we're being stepped down now towards Salzburg.
598, speed 280 knots, okay.
But he's having to vector us all around the traffic flying into and out of Munich and all the rest of it. Salzburg's in quite an
472, speed 280
awkward location, to be fair, in the Alps. It's very similar.
2205, proceed direct.
In fairness, actually, thinking about it, it's very similar to Innsbruck because you spend most of the time descending on Munchen radar, which is precisely what we're doing right now, and then we'll be handed off very last minute to the local controllers. In this case,
781, München radar, hello identified.
we only have
2205, proceed direct Ostes, descend to flight
Veen
level
radar.
200.
Oh no, we've got approach online actually. 123725. I'm going to write.
598, contact Salzburg radar on 123, decimal
There we go. 123725.
Contact Salzburg radar 123.725. Thank you, service.
123725.
Radar, good afternoon. East Tucson Alpha, we're inbound, Albert, flight level 350.
The 27 Alpha, München radar, hello identified, proceed direct Ostes.
Okay, so we know who we're going to next. Salzburg radar. Very exciting. Ah, chuffing heck, I don't want that one. I want the VATSIM widget. LOWS. So we get our latest METAR. Still runway 15 in use. Transition's the same. 140 at 10. 2.987.
For 2472, contact Salzburg radar on 123, decimal 725, goodbye.
Salzburg radar on 123725, Osprey 2472, thanks for the ATC, have a great day, cheers.
Guessing you're not tracking your flight on New Sky then, right?
6972, monitor Unicom, goodbye.
Unicom, Philadelphia 6972, choose.
The 27 Alpha, turn direct Ostes, please.
Okay, level.
Sorry, having problems. Turn direct Ostes, just doing it now. Tucson Alpha.
The 27 Alpha, descend to flight level 310 at 1,500 feet per minute or greater.
Sorry, can you say again?
Descend to flight level 310 at 1,500 feet per minute or greater.
Flight level 310, and 100 feet per minute or greater, Tucson Alpha.
So I've just reset a new cruise.
1,500 feet per minute or greater.
310, that's all set. Just to help the aeroplane recalculate the top of descent, which is now back on the screen there. So that's how you do that. And our first view of little dusting of snow below. There's none actually currently in Salzburg, from what I understand, unless you're at the higher altitudes of the Alps. But the airport itself should be pretty clear. Durst, you're doing the Coconuts in the Caribbean tour then, with Osprey Airways on New Sky. Let's bring that in.
Sky Travel 4 Delta Foxtrot, contact München radar on 134, decimal 150, goodbye.
Make sure I've got my charts ready.
Sky Travel 4 Delta Foxtrot, choose. Channel 4 Uniform Tango, proceed direct Ostes.
Direct Ostes, Channel 4 Uniform Tango. Lots of direct 2s today. Execute. Flying to Bergen on Monday, but I think it'll be too dark to take some decent photos, Ian says. What a great place though. How long are you staying in Bergen for? I've never been. I'd love to. Haven't flown there a lot in the sim. Makes you kind of want to go there. Looks spectacular. It's going to be a steep descent this. Top of descent now.
Jet 781, contact Wien radar on 134, decimal 440.
München 134, decimal 440 to Jet 781, danke.
I reckon we wait and see how long it takes to get our descent vectors. I think could be quite interesting. So we'll just pass across the top of descent, and we'll see how long it takes.
569 on München radar, hello identified, proceed direct Litly.
Neil, you just go back into the cruise page.
Can you give me that again, please? Direct.
Litly.
Direct Litly.
CRZ, and then you just type it back in. Make sure your pressure panel's up to date as well.
got it. Directly to the Osprey, thanks for coming.
Oscar 2205, descend to flight level 100.
Descend 100, Oscar 2205.
Channel 4 Uniform Tango, descend to flight level 200.
So flight level 200, Channel 4 Uniform Tango. We're not going to use VNAV. A little tip, that shows us our deviation. It's an ever increasing deviation from our VNAV profile. So if we descend at flight at sort of 1300 foot per minute, we're still not going to capture that. So we have to increase our rate of descent to make sure it is beyond the number that's on that screen, so we can chase the VNAV profile once again. We've only got 10,000 to lose. Because we're being stepped down by ATC, we don't necessarily need to worry too much about if we're too high on the profile, if we're too low, that kind of thing, or what the profile suggests that we should be at. Providing that we're confident that ATC have got it in hand. And we kind of can expect what to do next. If we're too high, descend quick, then we use speed brake and flight detent and all that sort of stuff. So as long as we've got an idea of what we can do to work around what we're given, it's all good. 5 days will be amazing, Ian. You'll have to let us know how it goes. Bit of a trip report. Pop terrain map on. Quick recall check, and that's cleared that off schedule descent now. The aeroplane's happy that our new cruise was at 310 for a little while. And we're picking up the SBG VOR, 80 miles. There it is.
Z27 Alpha, descend to flight level 200.
Flight level 200, DZ27
I've got 2205, contact Salzburg radar on 123, decimal 725, goodbye.
123, 725, thanks very much, Oscar 2205.
Descend 5 to Mike, descend to flight level 240.
Set to flight level 240, pass.
The 27 Alpha on conversion speed 280 knots.
Conversion 280 knots.
To see how we're closing on our profile now. Because we're descending at 2,200 foot per minute. We're only 1,100 above. But because our rate of descent is quicker than the profile's rate of descent would be, we're closing that little gap there ever so slowly, but nice and smoothly. But we're only allowed down to 200. So as we get closer, we'll start to even that off and round it off to 1,000 foot per minute, and then we'll level off at 200 unless we get told otherwise by ATC again, as always. Well, we're looking forward to this, flying into the valley, Salzburg. First time in about 3 years, I think, since we last flew into here. The new RD presets Salzburg Airport scenery.
Channel 4 Uniform Tango, descend to flight level 100.
Descend flight level 100, Channel 4 Uniform Tango.
Osprey 569 and descend to flight level 310.
So here's an interesting one. In Germany, the transition altitude is lower than it is in Austria, because our transition level is flight level 120 for Salzburg, but München radar want us to stay on standard pressure to 10,000 feet flight level 100. So when we change to Salzburg radar,
Osprey 569, descend to flight level 200 at
we might want to clarify our descent, because it won't be a flight level 100 when we call Salzburg radar, it'll be 10,000 feet. Although flight level 100, that would actually be 9,220 feet roughly, wouldn't it? With the local QNH of 987. There goes the seatbelt signs.
Lufthansa 5 to Mike, contact Langen radar 125.2, John.
125.2,
Can he see the Alps yet, Rab? Look at that. Oh, there you go, right on the horizon. We're heading off into that valley over there. Living the dream, yeah. So in Germany you might get that. It's quite common in Germany, or German airspace, descents in German airspace. They might give you descent rates of, in your case, 2,500 foot per minute. They might say 2,000 foot or greater, and all that sort of stuff. Big thank you to everyone who's hit the like button so far today. Great to see lots of you enjoying the stream today. I was going to say the show. The stream. I suppose it is a show in some ways.
The 27 Alpha, descend to flight level
Appreciate
100.
it, Copper.
Descend to flight level 100, 27 Alpha.
Steve says, I still live in the hope RD presets will make an option on the Stuttgart scenery to switch off some of the big interiors, as after 6 months it remains unflyable for a lot of people. Ah. Not sure. Not sure if he's in the live chat today, actually. If you are, RD Preset, say hello. Depends if I send the BA 146 upside down in Oslo or not, Rab. So, ATIS Sierra. One 20 degrees at 9 knots for the wind now. On the latest. Which gives us a 10 knot headwind for runway 15. Very nice.
Channel 4 Uniform Tango, contact Salzburg radar 123, decimal 725, goodbye.
Salzburg radar 123725. Thanks to the ATC Janix 4 Uniform Tango. Choose.
2471 departure ahead, expect late landing clearance. Late landing clearance, Osprey 2471.
Crikey, look at all that.
64 Echo Hotel, no delay, 120 degrees, 9 knots, runway 15, cleared for takeoff.
Flight to temp.
Echo takeoff 1564, Echo Hotel's running.
Bring that to 1,800.
598, stand whiskey 8 where Lima and exit 4.
Osprey, located runway.
Living the dream, fair enough. It's on Contrail, I believe. Should be linked on Contrail anyway.
No problem, taxiway Lima.
It only released at 12 o'clock today, though.
Taxi Lima. Osprey 598.
Lima exit 4.
598, sorry, the gate was whiskey 8.
Whiskey 8, and taxi Lima, Osprey 598.
Osprey 2472, the wind 120 degrees, 9 knots, runway 15, cleared for land.
Standard pressure. Boom, look at that drop. Salzburg radar, good afternoon. Chanex 4 Uniform Tango with Sierra Boeing 737-800, 10,000 feet inbound, big bag.
X4 Uniform Tango Salzburg Radar, hello, identified. Expect LS 15 descend 6,000 feet, QNH 987.
Expect ILS 15 to send 6,000 QNH 987, Channel X4 Uniform Tango. We'll do 240.
Good day, Foxtrot 9 Bravo, descending correction 7,000 feet, 987 inbound and cabin.
Slow the jet down a little bit.
Foxtrot Charlie Mike Bravo, hello, Salzburg Radar, identified the QNH 987, expect LS 15.
Very low pressure.
Expecting 15, Foxtrot Charlie Mike Bravo.
So Salzburg Radar's taking control of us, but weirdly enough, we're in German airspace still. One of those nuanced kind of locations, but look how low we are.
120 easy 65, go Tom.
We'll try 1600 foot per minute, see what it gives us.
15 clear to land, Lufthansa
no speed restrictions that I can see on the star charts, except for the usual. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, we'll stick with that. A little bit of speed brake, so we don't lose or blast through 250. So that valley over there, that's where we're flying into. We'll kind of dip off into the mountains.
Approach Alaska 205.
Do 800 foot per minute, smooth it out.
Foxtrot Charlie Mike Bravo, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 987.
6,000 feet, QNH 987, Foxtrot Charlie Mike Bravo.
We'll go for 240 as well. And then we'll pause the music momentarily and focus on the arrival.
Taxi right Lima and exit 1 and descend Echo 1 for Osprey 247.
Flight level 10.
New train map.
Easy 27 Alpha, hello, Salzburg Radar, identified, expect LS runway 15, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 987.
Expect runway 15 and descent to altitude 6,000 feet and QNH 987, 2% Alpha.
Just going to flick nav 2 to the ILS. I'll leave nav 1. No, 160 until 5 DME dwell. 160. So that's more relevant to the approach itself. But at the moment, we'll keep our speed. It's just below 250 knots, 10,000 feet. Oh, hello. Why does the drone camera do that? But very green. Around Salzburg at the moment.
Lufthansa 113, Mr. Runway vacated via Delta. 2205, domain 120 gate 9 knots, 15 clear to land.
Land, Alaska 205.
Yeah, the only difference there is obviously routinely, not on a normal approach, it would be 160 until 4 DME, but this one is 160 till 4, whereas this is 160 till 5.
86 for Echo Hotel, contact München 134.150, Servus.
Okay, locations are low.
134.150, Service Christie, bye bye.
Let's bring that in. We can see the ground, so I'm going to turn terrain radar off.
Again, please for Lufthansa 11 Tango Papa, it was blocked. 11 Tango Papa, no problem. Left on Lima, exit 4, stand Echo 8.
6,000 and level.
Exit 4, Echo 8, Lufthansa 11 Tango Papa, thank you.
Just double check speed brake.
Traffic left to right.
Alaska 205, Mr. Approach.
Lufthansa 11 Tango Papa. Yeah, the Intertango joint fine, runway 15. That's 15, Intertango.
Alaska 205, Mr. Approach.
I've already got Abu Dhabi for mini builds, BAE, but they dropped it on me yesterday, very last minute, as if I should drop my plans and stuff and do their scenery. So I already committed to this. This is a lot more scenic for an approach, and I'm also not paid by them to do streams, so I've said to them it's in the queue. Maybe Monday. Descend 4000, present heading, cleared ILS 15, Channel X4 Uniform Tango.
Easy 27 Alpha, descend 5000.
Descend 5000, Houston Alpha.
Present heading, descend 4000, cleared ILS 15. So, here we go. Decel point coming up. 210.
Going and report for detention.
Clear touch go 15, and thereafter would like to return to Afghanistan for one more touch and go, and then stop.
800 foot per minute should be good. Final chimes. Engine start. Mode selector switches to continuous. Lights. Signs. Anti-ice is off.
Salzburg approach.
Pressure panel set. All the brakes good. Let's arm the speed brake. Parking brake is off.
Short, easy 27 Alpha, it is speed 180.
Speed 180, 27 Alpha.
We're going into that valley there. Doc, nice one. Welcome home.
Right heading 110.
Right heading 110. Postcode Mike Bravo.
In fact, we're going to use speed brake, flight to 10.
Last calling stations again.
So I want to be level 4000 around Ashet. We also now, below 250, we can go flaps 1.
Just confirming, was it exit 3 or exit 1 for stand Echo 1?
It was exit 3.
Oh, hello.
Exit 3, Osprey 2472.
1 to go, got traffic on the right apparently. Ooh, look at that. There he is, got him. Visual.
Radar got after lost speed 969.
Foxtrot Mike Bravo, continue right heading 130, cleared ILS runway 15.
Speed brake arms.
Continue 130, clear approach 15. First Mike Bravo.
Foxtrot Mike Bravo, keep the speed as high as possible.
Keeping high speed as possible, Foxtrot Mike Bravo.
Osprey 569, hello, Salzburg Radar identified, expect ILS
heading.
approach runway 15.
4000.
Expect ILS 15.
Approach.
Flight level 100 at the moment, thank you.
There's the runway. $180. $199. Just going to reset approach again because I didn't have them both engaged. Naughty me. 11 miles. 180. Flaps 5. Speed brakes armed. Close, isn't it? Look at that. So usually 3-3 when I've done approaches bring you in across here through the valley, and the circling approach brings you in around this big hill, and it's really beautiful. Gear down and flat 50. CMD A and B engaged. Approach is active. 160, 153 to match the heading. 160 till 5 DME. Flat 15's in the green. We'll keep the retraction or the extension going. Channel X4 Uniform Tango's established ILS 15 for 8 miles.
4 Uniform Tango, the speed 160 until 4.
Wilco 160 till 4 Uniform Tango. Lap 25. Lap 30. Approach page. Prepped.
Osprey 569, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 987.
QNH 987, 6,000.
What have we got here? Very nice. Couple of final screenshots. Recall. Flap 30. 6 miles. 144. Got a little aeroplane there doing touch and go, just right in front of us. Okay, my throttles. Autopilot off.
Runway 15, descent 4000.
Yeah, that's 15, descent to 4000.
Recycle the flight directors.
Channel 4 Uniform Tango, wind 120 degrees, 9 knots, runway 15, cleared to land.
15 clear to land, Channel 4 Uniform Tango. 3 miles and just at approach speed now. Aircraft there's just done a touch and go.
1000.
Look at that view, folks. That massive mountain on the right hand side as well. Incredible. Try a little cheeky screenshot then. As we make our descent, we're just trimming to keep things nice and smooth and stable on the approach. He says, as he just drops the nose slightly.
500. 400. 300.
Reindeer Tango, hold, join holding west, expect approximately 5 minutes.
Here we go.
Holding west and we expect about 5 minutes.
Looking ahead.
30. 20. 10.
Ooh, weird little judder there.
7 Alpha to speed 160 until 4.
Okay, we'll use the reversers anyway.
160 till 4 DMH is on open.
Through 60, we'll get rid of those, my brakes. 117 foot per minute. Right on the touchdown zone, just slightly to the right of the centre line though.
26 Alpha, 27 Alpha is established.
Imagine this is my TCA yoke dial, that button there is set to my trim.
27 Alpha, continue approach, wind 120 degrees, 9 knots.
But bear with me because I've got to get off the runway.
Continue approach, EG2 Alpha.
Flaps up.
Charlie Mike Bravo, the wind 120 degrees, 9 knots, runway 15, cleared to land.
This is 15, what's your timing now?
Channel 4 Uniform Tango, taxi to stand Echo 6 via Lima and exit 4.
Taxi stand Echo 6 via Lima and exit 4. Channel 4 Uniform Tango, thanks. There goes my pen, so no more writing today. Get rid of these spoilers.
56 standard descent 4000 feet on present heading, cleared ILS approach runway 15.
Pop probes off.
10,000 and warming to
and strobes.
Current heading, protecting.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, be sure to halfway through your holiday. But don't stand up just yet.
Ah.
Please stay seated and buckle up until we switch the seatbelt signs off.
Please leave your phone in your bags or pockets. You can switch it on when
No GSX.
And just to make you know, we're not allowed to smoke or vape on the journey to the terminal or in the terminal itself.
Before you go, please make sure you've got everything with you. Take care when you open the overhead lockers, as some things may have moved during the flight. As you leave us,
Echo 6.
there will be a gap between the plane and the steps or air bridge. If you're travelling with children, please hold their hand. Remember, as the saying goes, mind the gap.
Reindeer Tango, traffic information, EasyJet A320 Neo on 4 miles, final runway 15, report inside. Reindeer Tango,
What flight directors off?
Reindeer Tango behind, match traffic, follow final runway 15.
Ooh, look.
Okay, follow number 2 on final runway 15 behind you.
Our little Red Bull Jaguar. Pop that onto XPDR.
Salzburg Radio, good afternoon. ET74 Delta Charlie, Sam, Whiskey 7319, Connect 987 capacity out with Sierra clearance to London Gap.
Aviation Finn, make sure you've prepped for everything for your flight, and that you're happy with the aircraft handling, the airplane you want to use. And if you're not sure, check out my tutorials. But it's all in the preparation. Echo 6. A bit weird that there's not, doesn't seem to be an ability to have a GSX profile on this. Echo 6, gotcha. That's that bad boy there. Taxi lights off. And in for the sharp turn.
Foxtrot Mike Bravo, right on Lima, exit 2, GSE, see you next time, bye-bye.
Lima, exit 2, GSE, Foxtrot Mike Bravo, bye-bye.
No, Jessica, sadly not. Can't be doing with them copyright strikes. I think she earns enough from Jet2. Okay, we're gonna have to marshal ourselves. No, he's busy, Doc. I'm not gonna complicate it too much. I'm just gonna do as I'm told. No biggie. I've got no GSX profile anyway, so that'll do. So, what do we got? APU and lights, that's all good. Throttles are idle. Engine shuts off.
15 clear to land. Clear to land 15, India Tango. Easy 27 Alpha, right on Lima, exit 3, stand
Chops
Echo 3.
set. Anti-collision lights
right
off.
On Lima, exit 3, stand... Sorry, can you repeat the stand, please?
No problem, stand Echo 3.
And for the first time in a long time, I'm going to have to use this stuff unless GSX. No.
Osprey 569, am I okay to capture the localizer?
Stairs.
569, sorry, I think I got that. Say again.
There we go.
Roger, I'm just starting to capture the localizer, is that okay?
569, yeah, you was cleared for the Alice 15, continue approach the wind 120 degrees, land on.
Cleared to runway 15, Osprey 569.
That'll do. So we're going to use the PMDG stairs today. Look at that. Big old mountain in the background. So, Salzburg Airport by RD Preset. Let's go and have a little look. In fact, before we do, let's just quickly dive onto New Sky and see how we've scored.
Osprey 2472, is that the gate? Thanks very much for the
Close
Great job. Bye-bye.
Flight. Thank you for flying. See you next time.
Oh, didn't give us a. Didn't go straight to the report. There we go. Got a 10. 14492. Joe, hello. It's the Luke Airtool. LukeAirtool.net. Yeah, nothing really on there actually. Just a great touchdown, slightly off centre line landing, but we said that actually when it happened, didn't we? As well, to be fair.
120 degrees, 10 knots, runway 15, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 15, Osprey 569.
Whoa, no pressure.
Yeah, India Tango behind, easy, A320 left to right, follow behind, and via Lima exit to GSE, Shandox, Servus.
Let's watch the touchdown and then we shall go and explore. Someone was asking about the DA42 earlier on. I think that's one of them there. It is a DA42. Right. Yeah, so 6 PM today UK time. I've got a special review video coming out for that new Cows DA42 that's just been released. It's available on Orbex, and if you guys hold on for another few hours, what I'll do is get it live and you guys can watch that and see what I think of that new add-on, and you can see it, hear it, watch it take off and all that kind of stuff in the video. Go quite a cool one around New Zealand. He's in the Fenix A320. Let's watch this touchdown. To be fair, Aaron, I'm not sure if we still will be here, but we might be. We'll stay on the south side of the runway. Or is it the north side? I'd need to check the charts just to be sure. The side we're on at the moment. Whoa! Whoa! Was that a wee stall? It might have been. I said no pressure, and that usually adds about 20 times the pressure. Sorry. Right, here we go. So we've got little tunnels underneath Salzburg Airport. Obviously can't go into the tunnels. And then we've got a bit of a cargo area and some of the road areas done around the airport, which is quite nice. Stretching right out beyond the Obi, to be fair. Limbat, hello to you. At some point in the future, well, the problem is I've got an ever-growing list that I constantly have to try and get around. Alish Macbar. Oh, slight interior there.
Head to Echo 2.
What do they sell here? Is it like B&Q? Don't know. Something funky. Might be a supermarket, perhaps. Ah, yeah, it does look like a B&Q. There's the garden centre bit. Then we've got construction zone. A couple of airport hotels. And even animated people as far out as here.
Salzburg radar, good afternoon. Tom Jet2 Boeing sending to 10,000 inbound.
So,
Pushback.
whoa. This is the Red Bull Centre, isn't it?
Identified, expect Dallas, approach runway 15, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 987.
Kind of 6,000 QNH
Very nice.
987 for ILS 15. Too much, Charlie.
He's very impressed. Look at this. We're inside Red Bull. Of course I will, Limbat. I think I'm going to practically be living in the PMDG 777 when it comes out. Awesome. Look at this. And then we zip through the other side. Ah, this one looks super posh. Oh wow. There's a few Red Bull fans on this channel. I've seen some of your usernames in the past and your Discord things. I imagine this is the kind of thing you're going to very much enjoy exploring. Look at that. Oh, there's a screenshot. Yoink. Absolute corker. Wonder what it looks like at night time. God, look at that. Got the helicopters. That big engine. Smash.
Salzburg radar, hello again. Foster Mike Bravo. The JC request back.
That's pretty cool, isn't it, that? While we're here, just have a quick pan around so we can see the airport apron from afar.
So Charlie Mike Bravo, hello, Salzburg radar again. I do not have a flight plan. Empty routes, stay attention.
Leo, good afternoon.
We are local VFR, I'd like to do some touch and goes.
Confirm IFA or VFR touch and goes?
VFR touch and goes, Foster Mike Bravo.
Foster Charlie Mike Bravo, Roger, taxiway exit 2 Lima and Charlie, holding winter runway 15,
Got a mountain.
987.
QNH 987, Lima.
Absolutely meaty.
Charlie, runway 15,
right.
Foster Mike Bravo.
Where are we? Yeah, oh. It's not happy about something. Hold on. Jeez, I don't know what that was, but it froze my sim up. Load it, trying to load something, I'm not sure what. Very cool little Red Bull Centre that, isn't it? course, they are based here at Salzburg. What else do we have? We've got a big old chopper here. Wonder what that's for. Seems a risky place to park a helicopter, if you ask me. Is that a train? It's actually a train. Little helipad. Looks like a little custom house over there. What a great place to live though. Imagine living there. That'd be brilliant. Let's go and have a look at the main apron. Search and rescue. That'd be it, Rab. Great kind of outlook over the top of the airport. Big one for the ski season. Very green at the moment, but up off in the mountains, probably in the next few weeks, it'll be covered in snow, one would hope. Oh, it's a classic Austrian Airlines DC-3, I think. Very nice. In fact, there's one inside that hangar as well. Peer through the window. There it is. Though, is that spelt wrong? I think it is. Ostiran. Unless that's meant to be. I think it's been spelt wrong. Fletcher, good effort. What have we got here? I'm going to skirt around the edges of the vehicle, the airport first, and then we'll go and look at the main terminal building. Because there's a fair few features around the edges of the airport, basically. So we've got this big old car park. We've got Mercedes here. There's the big old Mercedes dealership.
Foxtrot Mike Bravo, ready for departure.
Foxtrot Mike Bravo, when airborne, join the right hand downwind runway 15. The wind 120 degrees 9.
There's a G-Wagon and a Mercedes AMG on the top there.
The right for the downwind, Foxtrot Mike Bravo.
Very nice. Airlink Jet Centre, off in the corner. And yeah, look at the car park. Pretty cool.
Salzburg approach, Scandinavian 412, flight level 120, inbound Rotterdam.
Scandinavian 412, hello, Salzburg radar identified. Expect LS approach runway 15. Distance 8,000 feet, QNH 9987.
Let's have a look at the time. Slide that forwards, get the emissives showing.
8,000 feet, QNH 987, Scandinavian 412.
There we go, look at that. Yeah, the default scenery, I would imagine, Rab, is like Geneva. Really, really awful.
Scandinavian 412, radar vectors for the approach left, heading 330.
There goes that little DA42, I think. Well, that's a Cirrus SR22 actually there. Yeah, quite complex bit of texturing work done around here actually, and we've got animated people and things kind of dotted about doing their thing, and then a basic interior just to give you a bit of a check-in feel. Very nicely textured actually as well.
Scandinavian 412 at the moment, stay at 10,000, 10,000.
Not madly complex and detailed. I mean, that's you can read that certainly well enough.
Jet2 Mike Charlie, descend 4,000 feet on present heading, cleared LS 15.
Odd flight options though, geekily. I don't believe they fly here. Especially twice a day. Definitely, that's a bit weird. Rwanda triggers me somewhat. Oh look, we got the border. Caught us looking.
Foxtrot Mike Bravo, the wind 1 people degrees, 9 knots, runway 15, cleared for touch and go. Thereafter, join right hand downwind.
It's quite a cool little airport, isn't it? Yeah. We'll go through the shot. Where's that security lane again? Beep, 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 beep. Passport control. Oh look, we can actually do the kind of like the walk, can't we? Marked cafe. And then the departures lounge. There we go. That's the main terminal area. There's the arrivals. We'll go over to the Amadeus hangar. We'll look at the tower. This is available on Contrail. The link to Contrail is in the live stream description if you wanted to support us via the means of an affiliate link. You can go to contrail.shop/BritishAvGeek and you can buy products with that link on Contrail at no extra charge, but it offers some support to the channel for no extra cost to you guys. That's where you can buy this RD Presets Salzburg Airport. Right, really nice little tower location actually.
In an event 412, descent now 8000. Descent 8000.
A little aeroplane. Coming in on final for his touch and go. Should we watch him? Think. There he is again. Trying to get the zoom and the rotation speeds set correctly. Was he a touch and go? I think he might have been. Yeah. Off he goes at the acceleration. Bingo. Great surroundings around here. Look at these. Little dinky fat Cirruses.
Jet2 Mike Charlie, the wind 1.
They almost look kind of squished.
Runway 15, clear to land.
Clear to land 15, Tom Jet 2
Your
Mike
private airline. Tom Jet 2 Mike Charlie, did they go missed earlier as well? Big old hangar areas there. And the Citation X parked up. I think it is a Cirrus, isn't it, Dwell? Yeah. That is the entire airport. I almost flew TUI for this route because it's also a route that is done out of East Midlands and various other airports like Gatwick as well and Birmingham. So TUI was very nearly the airline that we chose for today. So it's nice to see somebody who's worn the happy blue smile. Good morning, Ed.
Foxtrot Mike Bravo, traffic information, Boeing 738 on short final runway 15, report inside.
Traffic is inside, Foxtrot Mike Bravo.
Foxtrot Mike Bravo, behind mentioned traffic, join final runway 15 behind.
100 traffic, join the final behind, Foxtrot Mike Bravo.
Last pilot in. Very exciting. I do like watching a landing.
In an event 412, the QNH.
Has he got his speed brake extended? That might just be the AIG model actually, or the FSLTL model being a bit quirky. There's the touchdown zone.
In an event 412, further descent 4000.
Woohoo! Little balloon. Nice. There he is. Touchdown. Massive thank you to all of you guys for tuning in, flying along, taking part in the live chat. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. And a massive thank you as always to our fantastic air traffic control out of East Midlands and into Salzburg, including Langen radar and London control in the middle. Keep an eye on the channel over the next few days. We'll be scheduling the next live stream, probably looking at Monday, if not Tuesday, for the next one. All of the links to both of the sceneries shown today are in the live stream description, including Pyreegue Devco's amazing East Midlands Airport scenery, and this, the new RD presets, Salzburg Airport, nestled right on the Austrian border with Germany. But in the meantime, as always, enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm off to go and fire up the oven for a nice roast pork.
Echo 85 Lima and exit 4, Tom Jet 2 Charlie. Cheers.
And I'll see you for the next one. In the meantime, as always, happy flying and take care. Thanks for watching.
In the name of 412 left, heading 190, clear direct 15.
Heading 190, clear direct 15.